All right, guys, today we are going to talk about the M word. Not milk. It's not milk, not mayonnaise. We're talking about metabolism, which metabolism does metabolize the milk and the mayonnaise. Metabolism. First, we have to understand, though, what is metabolism. We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to break down 4 fast facts about your metabolism that you probably do not know yet. Okay, so to get started, let's talk about what your metabolism actually is. We hear that M word being thrown around, and so many times when we don't reach our weight loss goals or our weight gain goals, whatever it is, our excuse is, but I have a slow metabolism, or my metabolism's too fast, or I have crappy metabolism, my metabolism sucks. We hear this all of the time, but the people that are saying that, you included, probably me at one point in my life, we don't even understand really what metabolism is, and we get stuck with this idea that we are stuck with whatever metabolism we have. So metabolism is simply the chemical process that breaks down the fuel or the macronutrients, the food in our body, and converts it into energy. So you've heard people say like food is fuel, like food actually is fuel. So food is what we put into our body. Our metabolism then does this whole chemical process with it, converts it into energy. And when we're eating more food or more fuel than our body can metabolize, when our food, our caloric intake for the day is higher than how many calories a day we are burning, that extra energy is converted into fat. So that is how we gain weight or we gain fat. It's we're eating more calories than our body can expend or our metabolism can expend. We lose weight when we are consuming fewer calories than our body is expending. So if our metabolism is burning more calories than we're taking in during the day, that is how we actually lose weight. So it's really calories in, calories out. It's a very, very simple thing. But I do want to talk about, how I guess kind of bust some of the myths, give you some facts. But if you have a slow metabolism, it means you are not burning fat as fast. If you have a faster metabolism, you are burning fat quicker. Okay, fact number 1, here we go. Your metabolism can change. I'm busting that myth that I just have a slow metabolism. No, you might have a slow metabolism now. You might actually have a fast metabolism and you just don't know that you do, but your metabolism can change. So if you've ever heard people talk about when I lost a bunch of weight, it crashed my metabolism. Well, yeah, over time, when you're eating fewer calories, naturally, your metabolic engine is going to slow down. It just is, because you are a smaller human being. A smaller human being is going to require a smaller metabolism. It's just the way that it is. Also, as you gain weight, truly, whether it's fat or it's muscle, truth be told, your metabolism is increasing. The more mass you have on your body, the higher your metabolic engine is. In fact, when we would work on the show on extreme weight loss and we would have people that were 400, 500, 600 pounds come into us, they would all think that they had a slow metabolism. Truth be told, none of them had a slow metabolism. They all had massive metabolisms that were cranking at a very high rate, but it was just that the calories in were not proportionate to the calories that they were burning out. But it is a really beautiful thing. And I'll walk you through a very simple equation, just so you know, if you want to know what your metabolism is about, take how much you weigh. So say I'm 115 pounds, move the decimal over. By the way, there are actual calculations for this. This is just a rough estimate. Move the decimal over. That's about 1,150 calories, and then I add a little bit. So my metabolic rate at rest is likely between 1,200 and 1,300 calories a day. That's me not working out. That's not counting me like going to grab the kids, run after them. So chances are I'm burning closer to 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day when I am just moving around inside of the daily grind. That being said, if over time I am consuming less calories to try to lose weight, I will suppress my metabolism. For people that have starvation diets or have been on starvation diets and they notice that the first time they put food in their mouth afterward, they feel like they gain a lot of weight really quickly. It's because they have suppressed their metabolism, but they can increase that metabolism. Now, here are some, also, I want to say, have you ever heard the term muscle weighs more than fat, or muscle burns more than fat? So yes, a cube of muscle this big and a cube of fat this big, the muscle is going to be denser, it's going to be heavier, and it's going to burn more calories in your body than if that mass was fat. So me, at 115 pounds, if I can have my body be more muscle and less fat, I am going to crank up my metabolic engine. If I'm 115 pounds and more of my body is fat and less is muscle, I am naturally going to have a slower metabolic rate. A couple other things that can slow down your metabolism. Hormonal issues. Ever heard of Hashimoto's? Get a lot of people talking about that. It is fixable. See a doctor. Stress, lack of sleep, not drinking enough water, calcium deficiencies, prescriptions, all sorts of things. So keep in mind, if you feel like you are suffering from low metabolism, I want you to look into, I think I have some blogs on it too. Look into reverse dieting. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure you are sleeping. Make sure you are eating enough. Get your hormones checked from a doctor. There are so many things you can do to help make sure your metabolism is on track, and rest assured, it is a flexible thing. Fact number 2, and I think I got a little too excited last time and talked about this in the last fact too, but what you eat or what you don't eat can affect your metabolism. Trust me, I grew up in the era where all girls were trying to starve themselves to be as skinny as possible, and all of us simultaneously crashed our metabolism. Luckily for fact number 1, metabolism can change, but the reality is if you are skipping meals or you are undernourishing your body, you are suppressing your metabolism. Remember, I said earlier, food is fuel. And you have to think about it like every couple hours, your body needs that trickle or that drip of fuel to keep that furnace burning. Your metabolism is the furnace. So to keep it going, make sure you are constantly eating. Also, another thing, people tend to suppress or deprive themselves of carbohydrates because we've had this crazy cultural society telling us that carbs are bad for us. It's an error. It's not right. It might be right for some people, but everybody's body is different. And know that carbohydrates are an incredible source of fuel for your body, especially when we're trying to boost the metabolism. This is why for years I've actually done a thing called carb cycling with many of the people that we worked with, if not all, because some bodies do better with high carbs, some do better with low carbs and high fat. So by carb cycling, we're able to have the benefits of low carb days and high carb days alternating with a cycle that is customized to you, so you can actually maximize your fat burn potential. It's what a lot of bodybuilders do for very, very good reason. Also, it gives you an opportunity to see if your body is metabolizing calories or taking those calories, turning them into energy better with carbohydrate or better with fat. So keep in mind, what you eat does matter, and it can change and impact your metabolism. Fast fact number 3, it is true, your genetics can affect your metabolism. And I know you guys were hoping I would bust this myth, but it is real. It is a real thing. But that being said, I do not want you to think because genetically you have a slower metabolism, that it means that you cannot increase your metabolism. Again, go back to number 1, go back to number 2, which is your metabolism can be changed, and the things we eat impact our metabolism as well. So if genetically, maybe you are not predisposed to have a fast metabolism like your friend, that does not mean you cannot speed up your metabolism. You can't maximize your metabolic potential is what we talk about, because you can. The things to keep in mind for this are make sure you're sleeping enough, make sure you are drinking enough water, make sure you are eating enough, make sure you are eating enough, and do small things like increase your step count. It's so simple, and almost every single phone these days has a step tracking app where you can just make sure you are keeping moving. So instead of being sedentary, help your genetics out by taking the stairs. Help your genetics out by parking further and walking to the grocery store. There are all sorts of things we can do to give us the extra boost, and not only will it help burn more calories, but it's gonna help you feel much better emotionally and mentally too. Fast fact number 4, your metabolism does not suck. It does not suck. Yes, you may be genetically predisposed to have a slower metabolism, but I mentioned it in the last fact. You can change it. You can alter it. You can do things to boost your metabolism. And the thing I want to bring up in fact number 4 is, yes, ignorance is bliss. It's nice to be able to just have a card to play and say, I have a crappy metabolism. But are you happy here? If you're happy here, great. Keep playing that card. If you're not happy, remember the second part of that. Ignorance is bliss, but knowledge is power. There are so many, I talked about it at the beginning, so many different equations you can do to actually figure out what your basal metabolic rate is, or what your resting metabolic rate is. There are different things you can do at hospitals, clinics. I actually got this new device that I'm going to be looking into. This is called, let me turn it on so you can see it. This is called the Lumen device. It is apparently, I haven't used it yet, but it's a metabolism tracker. But basically what this is supposed to do is tell me what my metabolism is, how I'm optimizing my carbohydrate burn, my fat burn, my calorie burn throughout the day. It's going to give me tools, apparently, so that I can maximize my own metabolic potential to reach my goal. So all that to say, guys, your metabolism does not suck. There are so many things you can do to maximize it and create a plan to reach the goals that you have. But it is very important that you educate yourself and you get serious about your goals and you commit to something, a plan that is going to work. Guys, I hope this was helpful. 4 fun and fast facts about your metabolism. If you have any comments to this or any more questions, please comment below, subscribe. I have more to come.